Hello music lovers and welcome back to the Woodshed. So on my Patreon, weekly we do a live Zoom masterclass. And in that masterclass we do everything from listening to brand new records that just come out. I'm teaching guitar, maybe I play along with some of my tunes, maybe I just play along with backing tracks off of YouTube. It's really cool. There's a lot of Q&A from the patrons. So this week one of my patrons just simply put in the chat, he said, "Andy, can you talk about chord melody?" I said, so check it out. I don't really practice anything as an exercise. I don't like to practice things that aren't at their core musical or music in general. So I tend not to practice exercises. That goes to my alternate picking, all the questions you guys ask me about all the time. It's usually the same answer. I learned this from learning music and learning different songs. So I wanted to talk about the importance of using your favorite songs and music to be the exercise. Being musical is the end goal, being able to express myself musically. So the path that I've chose to walk and that I'm still walking is to just take my favorite songs, the ones that I love and listen to all the time anyways, right? And then take pieces of those that aren't necessarily the hero guitar moment and work on those pieces. Things like the lead singer's vocal line. Learning how to play and mimic that vocal line has helped me with phrasing and bends and just basically building better musical phrases. Working on the bass player's bass lines while maybe just trying to comp along on the guitar parts. And the biggest thing that's helped me throughout my life is taking things that are on one instrument and putting them on the guitar. Things like Balaflex, banjo, three-finger rolls, and moving that to cross-picking. Things like fiddle tunes and how all of those linear rolling fiddle tunes have been able to help me become a very fluid player across the neck of the guitar, even in the shreddier moments. And in this week's instance, piano parts. One of my favorite songs of all time is Van Halen Right Now. After getting the Van Halen Greatest Hits, which was my first experience with Van Halen, the black one with the gold letters on the cover and the gold logo, I went out and bought the Live Right Here, Right Now DVD. It was my all-time favorite Van Halen guitar tone. I know I'm supposed to be the guy that says, yeah, Van Halen 1 and 2, that's my favorite guitar tone from Ed. As cool as it is, and as raucous and as rowdy as it is, my favorite guitar tone that Ed ever recorded was Live Right Here, Right Now. The Music Man guitars with the pitch shift and the wet, dry, wet, it just sounded huge. It was amazing. It's my favorite Ed moment. In that, there is the ballad Right Now. I remember seeing the video on MTV with like, right now, Van Halen's planning a world tour. Right now, Sammy Hagar is singing his butt off, or whatever the things were that were scrolling across the bottom, right? So this week I thought it would be cool to take the intro arpeggios, teach them to you, and show you how I take something that's not on guitar and turn that into practice. And the reality is it's not practice, it's playing, and I'm having fun in the journey, in the chase. Exercises tend to not be fun. I don't enjoy them. I'm not playing the guitar to exercise. So this intro arpeggio, even though it's quite difficult, I would say intermediate, maybe even intermediate to advanced, depending on your right hand fluidity. It's musical. It sounds like music. It's a song that we all love, or if you're watching this channel, I would say you love it, right? Let me show you how I practice, if you can even call it practice. Really, it's just playing the guitar and enjoying the guitar. And let's break it down, and let me show you those arpeggios. And in the middle of that, I'm going to show you how you can take something that you're learning note for note or trying to emulate exactly, and how you can mutate that into another sound or style and improve another aspect of your technique or playing. Sit back, relax, hang out, and welcome to the Woodshed. Alright folks, this week's episode of the Woodshed is brought to you by the Woodshed Guitar Experience. The Woodshed Guitar Experience is a 3-day retreat in lovely Tennessee, Lake Francis. It's beautiful, huge lake. We've got boating, fishing, jet skis, all of that kind of camper stuff. And it's 3 days with some of the best guitarists on the planet. This year, joining us, we've got Robin Ford, Brent Mason, Andy Timmons, Mark Lettieri, Greg Koch, Laurie Basilio, Tyler Larson, you know him as Music is Win, and some other special guests that are going to be joining us, including Andy Campbell and Ben Eller, who will be hosting the jams, Jim Riley on drums, Travis Toy on steel, and Daniel Kimbrough on bass. So jump over to woodshedguitarexperience.com, get registered now. It's the last weekend in August. Everything's included with your registration, including your lodging, food, and yes, adult beverages. So come join us for an amazing weekend of jamming, lessons, and live concerts, and we'll see you there. Okay, so grab your guitar, get on that clean channel, maybe that neck pickup, and let's dig into this thing. All right, guys, let's learn some of this, shall we? Some Van Halen. This is all about hybrid playing. I'm going to just teach you the intro here. It's a really cool set of arpeggios, and haven't seen anybody kind of talking about this, and let's dig in here. So the tune is out of D minor or F. If you ask my buddy Travis Toy, it's out of F. For me, when I think about these arpeggios, they're out of D minor, right? The song, when it finally resolves in the chorus, goes to F. Anyways, without further ado, I digress. Here we go. Let's take our classic rock and roll D minor. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can play the D to the G like this if you want this kind of ringing out thing. But for fluidity and consistency, I play it like this. And it's like pick, middle, and you're playing root and four. Root and four. So you get that sus kind of sound, that suspension. It's very sus. And then you outline a D minor triad. So it's 1, minor 3, 5. And now we're going to go back to this suspension kind of thing and play D, and then, so 1, 4, and then flat 7. Right? You with me so far? Okay. And then, and then we're going to play D power chord. Like that. And then we're going to jump back and play like a D7 kind of sound. And then we're going to play 4 and 5. And that's going to reset us. 1, like that, right? And it's really tricky. You've got to be careful with the slides. Be very conscious so you don't get this sound. You know? Like what I just did. One more time. Let's do it again. So this is one of the few times that you'll see that I'm not going to alternate pick using some hybrid playing, and I'm actually playing downstrokes. If it was any faster, playing like, if it was that speed, I would cross pick it, and maybe that's a great exercise for you if you're trying to cross pick. I mean, you could just cross pick it all. So you could really work on your accuracy in your right hand. Get you some different patterns. Maybe put on that neck pickup. So you can see that I'm using the song that I love to practice. Essentially, it makes it not practice. I'm actually playing. I'm having fun. Let's go over the arpeggio shapes one more time before I let you go and go back to the other camera view, okay? So we're going to have root 4 and then D minor. And that's down, 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 middle. Down, down, middle. There's a lot of that going on. Down, down, middle, down, down, middle. So that's the closest to economy picking that I do. So you have suspension, rock and roll D minor, suspension again with a 7th, rock and roll D, D7, see the root dropping back, so there's octave, root drops back. So, and then you have the last 2 notes that's just 4/5, that's G A, and then it starts over again. So you see my pivot points are my 1st finger and my 3rd finger. It's doing this motion. Position, 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 just like that. And there you have it. You can actually use songs that you love to improve your technique and become a better musician without, just punishing yourself with things that are exercises that just aren't very fun. Enjoy! Thanks for hanging out this week in the Woodshed. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Remember, guys, it's called playing the guitar. It's not called exercising the guitar. It's not called working the guitar. It's called playing. If you're having trouble in a certain technique, find a piece of music that's maybe not even guitar music that you would need to dig around to develop that technique to play. So there's so many amazing channels out there that teach exercises. Visit those, steal everything you can from every other player. But to me, the pinnacle of importance when you play is musicality. Take your favorite songs, things that you love, and just take some pieces of those. You don't even have to take the whole song. You don't have to memorize the whole thing. Just take little chunks of it, apply that to your guitar playing, and you'll see improvements, leaps and bounds in your musicality. Just open your ears, play guitar from here, and let your hands catch up. Don't go putting your hands on the guitar and trying to let your ears catch up. Okay, for more exclusive content, jump to patreon.com/AndyWoodMusic. Over there, we've got over 200 lesson videos, a private Discord server, weekly live Zoom masterclasses, and at the upper tiers, you actually control the content that I release on all my channels, and you can message me videos of your playing. I'll fire out back a response and help you out. So jump over to patreon.com/AndyWoodMusic. For bookings, live shows, to buy TrueFire courses, Jam Track Central, to download bundles, and by bundle I mean a package that would contain the Axe Effects tone, the backing track, and the transcription to Say Forgotten Secrets, go to AndyWoodMusic.com, and it'll link you up to all my social media accounts. Thanks for hanging out this week in the Woodshed. We'll see you real soon.